I want to take a few moments to tell you about Ace Dollhouse and to show you how easy it is to shop with them. Ace Dollhouse is an online women's fashion boutique that offers a versatile collection of trendy styles. There are literally fashions for every season and every occasion, and Ace Dollhouse updates their styles very often. All you have to do is go to acedollhouse.wixsite.com, navigate to the shop tab, look through the styles you love, choose your size, and add it to your cart. As a listener and supporter of my content, use my promo code LexC at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase. That's promo code LEXC at checkout, and you'll get 20% off your purchase. When I got my first purchase from Ace Dollhouse, I remember how amazing I looked and felt in that dress, and I want my audience to feel the same. So head over to acedollhouse.wixsite.com and shop now. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining me for another video, or it might be afternoon or night whenever you decide to watch this. But anyway, I'm recording this as I have breakfast because I'm a little short on time, and it's going to be kind of like a reflection slash get you to think more about your life kind of video, hopefully, and also going to be me working through some things out loud. So this morning I have fried egg on toast with cottage cheese. I normally put tomato in it, but I don't have any tomato. And then I have my spinach, I have my vitamin, I also have my oatmeal. I like to eat it straight from the pot just because I don't like to wash too many dishes. Oatmeal with flaxseed and cinnamon. And then for dessert, for breakfast, I have some banana pudding that I made as a tester for Thanksgiving. By the time you see this video though, Thanksgiving will have been gone. And happy birthday to me and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, the topic that I wanted to talk about for this video is thinking about every level of success. And even though you may not be at the level that you want, you should always be preparing for the level that you want to be at, for the level you want to be on. Now, what brings this topic about is just seeing all of the things, bless you, Taz, just seeing all of the things that Summer Walker has been going through ever since she has skyrocketed to fame. And she's had announcements on social media saying, hey, I just want to make music. I don't really want this fame stuff. For my mental health, I can't do it anymore. And of course, I went and I read the comments underneath her video. I know this is rude, but I'm going to be eating and talking at the same time. It's not very ladylike, but I was looking at the comments underneath her video, and it was a mixture of people who understood where she was coming from and people who were like, you're selfish or you knew what you signed up for. And I want to address the you knew what you signed up for aspect of those comments, because for me anyway, and I'm always going to relate it back to me because I am on this journey to be on the level that she has made it to in just 2 years after releasing her first project. I think about it all the time, what I'm going to have to give up, what I'm going to have to sacrifice in order to attain this goal, this dream that I say that I want, right? So this is harder than I thought it would be, eating and talking. So growing up, I've always known I wanted to sing. I've always known I love music. I've always known I wanted to share my voice and my songs with the world. I've always grown up watching the celebrities that I look up to, and kind of, for me anyway, I'm a deep thinker. I used to overthink a lot of things, but back then especially, I would always look at what celebrities were doing at that time in my life. You know, there were, before I really got to understand who she was, there was Aaliyah, there was Alicia Keys, there was Beyonce and Destiny's Child, there was Tiffany Evans, who else? Tierra Marie, Rihanna, sorry, her name is pronounced Rihanna. I know how frustrating that is when people don't say your name properly because everyone gets LexC wrong. They overemphasize the C, LexC. It's just LexC. But anyway, I would always analyze those artists. Those are the artists that I grew up listening to and watching and seeing how they grew into their stardom, and just seeing, you know, how they have to interact with fans, the fact that they're on radio stations every other day, the fact that when they have a concert, they're doing 3 to 5 shows, maybe 4 to 5 shows a week, and traveling every single night to go to the next city. They're living out of a suitcase. They're going from hotel to hotel. They're eating who knows what kind of food. They're staying awake. Somehow they may have to find the time to work out and rehearse. And I just know, for me, I've seen that they go through a lot. And that's not even taking into account any personal relationships they may have, or any any downtime or free time for themselves, or like time for self-care, you know what I mean? But the point that I'm getting at is I grew up watching these people go through all of this and looking at that and being like, man, that looks fun. And then as social media started getting bigger and bigger, I mean, people have always had criticism. There have always been shows like, you know, BET, TRL, 106 in Park, BET is a network, 106 in Park, TRL from MTV, E! News, E! Hollywood, you know, the Fashion Police, when that was huge on TV. There have always been outlets that criticize artists and criticize every little aspect of their life. TMZ, of course, has been around for forever. And as social media started developing, that aspect of being a celebrity only worsened over time, I guess, or it opened up more people to be able to share their opinion, whether that's a positive thing or a negative thing. Forgetting to eat. My food gonna be cold by the time I finish this. So whether that was a positive or a negative thing, social media has allowed more people to have more of a voice in the open. And whereas before it was only mainly TV personalities, and if you were a regular person, you had an opinion, you were just talking about it amongst your friends. But now we have social media. We can comment under things. We can post things. We can say things. We can create memes. And that has really intensified, excuse me, that has really intensified the criticisms that and the negative energy that comes to the way of celebrities, right? So the main thing I wanted to get at, and something that I want you to take into consideration, which is something that I do, I grew up looking at this and knowing that should I make it to that level, when I make it to that level, I'm going to have to deal with a lot. I'm going to have to work like crazy. I'm going to have to do stuff I don't want to do. I'm going to have to give up my privacy, my peace of mind, my comfortability, because I'm always going to have to be moving. To stay relevant, I have to keep working constantly. I have to be in people's faces consistently. I consider myself an introvert, although I found it that it's easier for me to open up to like a camera, to chat, to YouTube. That's just one way that I have taken on to get myself out of my own shell and learn how to speak more eloquently, more fluently. So this camera right here, this is one way that I'm trying to ensure that, all right, I know that as a celebrity, I'm going to have to be in a lot of people's faces. How can I make sure that I'm developing my speech, my communication, so that when I'm in these rooms with these people, I'm not too shy, I'm not too closed off, I'm not stuttering. I sound like I am a fully developed woman who knows her own thoughts and has her own opinions and can, you know, effectively communicate that. You know what I mean? So this YouTube, this whole channel, even though it started to help my cousin, it helps me in that I am developing my communication skills and even my interview skills. Even though no one's answering or asking me questions, I am speaking as though someone were asking me these questions and giving the best answers that I possibly can. That's good practice for me. Or I'm an introverted person. I'm okay with being at home. What I'm trying to do is develop myself into going out more. So what does that entail? Well, I never really felt like I had the money to buy the clothes and the makeup and the shoes and the jewelry and to be able to present myself a certain way. So that's one factor that has always played into me not going out. Also on top of, I don't like being around large groups of people unless I'm on stage. It's kind of weird. If I'm not on stage, then typically I'm very much in my own world, but I'm working on, you know, what can I bring for myself to make myself more comfortable, to get out, to go out to the club, to be able to talk to people, to be less afraid of being in front of people. And not so much like trying to stand out, but just being able to accept attention when it comes to me, because I realize that as a celebrity, everyone's going to want your attention and your time. Everyone's going to be in your face. Everyone's going to want to stare at you. And even something as simple as going to the gym, working out at the gym. For a long time, I stayed away from the gym because not just budget for a little while, but also the whole idea of somebody looking at me while I'm trying to do something. I have gotten over that. One of the ways I've gotten over that is by going to the gym. And of course, when I'm on stage, people staring at me, that's a different story. I want that attention. I don't mind that. But something simple like, people watching me at the gym, that's another example. Or something else is staying close to my spirituality in how I deal with negativity and training my mind to be careful of the energies and the opinions that I allow into my body. You know what I mean? So I keep a good relationship with God. I keep a journal. I make sure that I am aware and mindful if negative thoughts come into my mind. I've trained my mind very well to be able to have a negative thought and then be able to flip it into something positive so that I'm never weighed down by the negative aspects of anything. So all of that to say that I want you to think about on this journey. You say you want to get into this music business. You say you want to be a star. You say you want to be a rock star. You say you want to be famous and you want to have influence. We all have to understand, if you haven't thought about it already, you need to not just prepare yourself with the product of the music. Don't just prepare yourself with how you're looking. Prepare yourself internally. Prepare yourself mentally. Keep habits that will keep you sane. Keep habits that will keep you healthy and in a good, positive space. Because there is a lot that comes with this job. And if you are only preparing the surface level things, you are not going to make it in this industry. We've all heard rumors that the industry can be very dark. There are evil things that happen in the industry. So knowing what we know, and these kinds of things have been said for years, why would you only focus on the physical? Why would you only focus on the music per se? How has it not crossed your mind, or has it crossed your mind that you will have to deal with way more than you anticipated? Granted, you cannot anticipate everything. You can't predict everything because you're not in that position. So you never truly know until you know. But the least you can do is try to prepare yourself for when that time comes. And that means covering all bases, covering all aspects. And I try very hard to do that for myself. And maybe that is why my journey is taking so much longer, because I have to develop certain parts of me before I'm able to ascend to the next level. You know what I mean? So in regards to Summer Walker, I'm really happy that she has brought to the forefront once again how important mental health is, because we have lost a lot of artists to, suicide, drugs. You hear about people who just party too damn much. That's all a reaction of trying to cope with the world that they're in, So be sure that you are thinking about your mental health, and you are thinking of ways that you can keep that self-care, ways that you can essentially ground yourself so that you're not being taken by the forces of negativity that may come to you, that will inevitably come to you as you are on this journey of artistry, right? Being a superstar. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for joining me on my breakfast, even though I didn't really eat much. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. Use the description box below to find links to my social media, my website, my music, all of that. You can send me an email if you have questions. You can leave comments, and thank you so much for watching. My name is LexC. Until next time, peace.
If you wanna give me time, give me all of it. If you really wanna love, give me all of it. If you want it to be real, give me all of it. Give you all of me, baby, give me all of you. Give it all, give it, baby.
Hey, this is LexC, and you're listening to my new song, Gimme, from my latest album, self-titled LexC. Click the links in the description below to listen to my new album, available on Spotify.
Give it all of you.